Can you just lower your...
I'm not even escalating.
Well, can you lower your voice, though? This is a place of business. This is a place of business.
We're telling you right here, right now, stop doing what you're doing, or else you would be arrested from trespass.
You're trying to tell me something you don't even know. You have no idea what's going on.
Once you stop,
I suggest you learn. You're going to learn today.
Welcome back to CT3, where we highlight clips and I'll recap with a few educational pointers to ensure your rights aren't violated on your next encounter with a cop.
You're live with 1,500 people. So
This is state property. You have to have permission to record on state property. If you want to record from the sidewalk, you can do that with no problems. But once you come on property, you have to have permission to record.
I don't know who told you. I don't know who gave you that information, buddy. I don't know who told you that, bro. But you're really misinformed.
Hey, we got First Amendment auditors trying to record on
It's not First Amendment auditors. I'm here to do a records request.
They're claiming to do a records request.
We are, bro.
What the heck is First Amendment auditors?
Well, I know what the heck is First Amendment auditors.
Hello. I just need to do an open records request. Yeah. Do you guys have a form, or do you want me to just do it on my own sheet of paper? How you doing?
First Amendment auditors. I don't even know what a First
Well, because we have a lot of people that come
Amendment
around recording, and oftentimes it's to try and get a rise out of us to get us to do something we're not allowed to do.
Oh, that's not what
Oh,
we're
we're just here to
for.
do records
We're just
requests.
here to do public record.
Is that cool? Is that cool then? Or?
It's once they tell you whether you can or not, as long as you follow their instructions, everything is fine.
Follow their instructions.
Well, yes, if they tell you that they can't help you and that you need to leave, then you do need to leave.
Sorry, what's that,
Are you
ma'am?
a client?
Am I a client? I'm a taxpayer. Just doing a public records request.
Taxpayer just doing an open record.
APD is coming?
Yeah.
To help us with our records request?
Yes.
All right, folks, you don't have to say anything in front of them. They are recording.
Dude.
So any information that you give out will be recorded. So if you don't want anything put out there on the internet, I suggest you wait until they're finished.
Okay.
So you're actually being recorded everywhere.
Right.
This guy's just trying to get a rise out of people. He's trying to cause a problem.
first of all, the
There's-
cameras-
see, he keeps interrupting too. There's no problem. You
You can
guys are
do what you
fine.
want.
You guys are fine. He's just trying to cause problems. Okay. So I can't just hand you a public records request right here?
No, that's the person that takes care of that.
Okay, I talked with my attorney before I came here, and he said that by state law I can go ahead and just give it to you. So I'll just sit over there and write up the request, and then just hand it to you, and you can forward it to the records clerk for me. Does that work?
That's, that was what my supervisor.
Okay. Hey, can you be quiet? We're trying to do business here, and you're really being disruptive.
Well, I'm actually speaking to your partner here.
We're not partners. I'm married to a woman.
Okay, you can take the definition of partner however you wish.
Okay.
But you two came in together. I'm declaring you as partners, whether romantically or not, it doesn't even matter.
Okay.
But you came in together, so you are a group, you are partners.
De-escalate.
Can you just lower your...
I'm not even escalating.
Well, can you lower your voice, though? This is a place of
my normal
business.
speaking voice.
This is a
My
place of
normal speaking
business.
voice, then that's your problem.
This is a place of business. You
I
just...
understand that.
Shh.
But
Just-
I have one tone.
Well, you can lower your tone. Hey, how you doing? I'm James.
James, Brian, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Brian?
You don't
Brian?
have to give any name.
Good to meet.
I don't
Dude.
mind. I don't mind.
Relax.
boss?
Relax.
I am.
Relax. Stop trying to get everybody all riled up. Just, you need a joint? Okay, just
But
calm
I
down.
will be here to do my job. Whether you tell me what I can do or not.
Okay,
that's
just
not
calm
on me.
down. Just calm down.
I am calm.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Brian, sir.
Brian, I'm James.
Nice
Good to meet you, boss.
James, how
So
y'all
I'm
doing
just going to
today?
look for somewhere kind of...
Steven, bro. Steven, nice to meet you.
I'm just going to look for somewhere kind of off to the side to write a records request up and hand it to her. So did he call you for us or something?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. You were just wandering?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Doing
All right, man.
There you go.
Cool. I found a secluded area in which I could write up my records request. I have no idea why the security guard decided that he needed to stalk me the entire time I was doing my business.
Sir, that's not for you to be up there.
It's a government building. Get it straight there, buddy. It's government building paid by tax dollars, bro.
So do you have documentation that you pay taxes? You're claiming to be a taxpayer.
I'll just fill it out right here, I guess. It's a good.
Bro, you need a.
Hey, it's restricted.
Bro.
area.
It's restricted.
You don't need to stand there.
bro.
We wouldn't go into restricted areas. You don't need to.
This guy's your boss? He's funny, bro.
It's all right. Calm down. My name is James. Hi, I'm James. I'm homeless also, and I'm here to do a records request for an investigation that we're working on. Your name is James also, is that what you said?
I didn't say that. I just said I don't shake hands.
Oh, okay. So I stood there at the top of the stairs and filled out my records request. I guess the only reason we got personal security harassment is because we were recording our business.
Coming in here, you're drawing attention to yourselves.
We didn't draw any. You've been drawing the attention.
attention.
You're blocking the doorway.
See, I didn't even notice.
Sir, can you get out of the way? You're drawing attention.
See, I didn't even know that you guys were recording until someone told me.
Oh, we're just filling out some records requests. We'll be on our way.
Who are you with?
I'm James.
James, hi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Steven.
Hi, Steven. Are you with an agency?
No, we're just doing an investigation.
With CYFD.
We're just doing an investigation into CYFD.
Okay.
And so we're just doing a few records requests for the investigation.
But we don't take the records requests here. You need to send those to Santa Fe.
Yeah, by state law, you gotta take them here and then forward them to the records custodian, so I'm just gonna write it out.
Is there a form,
And then-
or you just write it out?
Yeah, you just write it up by hand, and if you guys have a form, I'd be happy to use it, but it's
I
not
don't.
required.
Well,
That's
I-
fine.
But this gentleman will take care of it and take it from you, and
Well, no, you've been wonderful.
just don't take photos of our children. Okay?
Absolutely,
Or our families,
absolutely,
for that matter.
absolutely, no problem
Guaranteed.
whatsoever.
That's not what we're here for. We're here to
They have
record.
recorded everybody who's walking into the lobby, though.
Our kids too.
No,
No, he's lying. No.
Just so you guys know, it is perfectly legal to record anything that you can see from a public space. However, we know that CYFD employees will try to make a scene and even try to traumatize the children over us being there doing business and recording. Therefore, we tried to avoid that altogether so that CYFD wouldn't have yet another excuse to further traumatize children.
You're a liar, bro. You're a liar.
You have recorded the people that were in the lobby.
They're saying that we're trying to get into a locked area, bro. That lady.
Is that what she just said?
Yeah, she just said we're trying to get into a locked
Well, you are
area.
recording into our locked area. So maybe you misheard her.
I'm gonna head down there and turn this one in. You wanna stay up here and watch him, make sure he stays under
I'll
control?
babysit him. I'll
Okay.
babysit him.
Make sure he doesn't try to go into that secured area, please.
I will.
All right, so there we go.
Okay.
And yeah, if you could just forward it to whoever the records custodian is,
Okay.
that'd be awesome. And what was your name?
I'd rather not.
Okay, I'm James.
Okay, James.
You don't want to give your name now?
No, thank you.
Okay. Did you look at the records request, what it says?
No, I'll
It-
just forward it to her.
So it's for the names and salaries of everyone that works here.
Okay.
Okay, but you don't want to just give your name? You want to make me wait till I get it through the records request?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, you're right to be difficult. Thank you. Are cops coming?
Yes, I believe they would be on the way very soon.
Oh, okay. What for?
Not sure they were called, but I was just told to wait out here.
Oh, okay.
Didn't get much detail, sir.
All right. Do I need to make sure and wait here until they come then? Probably.
Yeah, probably best.
Cool.
Not really sure, sir.
I don't
Like
wanna-
say, I'm just here waiting for them to arrive.
Okay. I guess I'll do the same then. I don't want to run from the scene of a records request.
It works.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
All right. You ever fled the scene of a records request before?
This guy said I was intoxicated.
I said you appear intoxicated.
This guy just said I was intoxicated, bro, just because I stumbled down the stairs, bro, at reading chat.
Don't give him the rise he wants, man. He just is trying to get a rise out of people, trying to rile people up. It's the whole reason he came and approached you was just to try to antagonize you and get a rise out of you. Don't give him what he's looking for.
I should warn you, the site supervisor for here is Ben Monsivais.
Is what?
Ben Monsivais, did you need to speak with him?
And that's for Securitas, or?
For Securitas, yes.
Okay, so you're not the supervisor of these two guys in here?
No, I do this site sometimes, but I'm a supervisor somewhere else.
Oh, okay, I see. Is he
But
here?
is there a question I can...
Yeah, it's just one. So Brian has been great. We're just doing some open records requests, and
I see.
we document all of our interactions with government for our own safety. And Brian has been wonderful, but the other guy in there has been just antagonistic. He's trying to cause problems. He's trying to create a scene.
Oh, so you're doing like a First Amendment auditor
No.
type setup? Or?
No, that's what he said when we came in.
That's
That's what he said when we came in. No, we're doing some open records requests for a story that we're working on.
doing records.
So I already turned mine in, and he's got a few to do, but that's all we were doing. And it's just we've learned from, what do you call them again? First
Amendment auditors.
Okay. So I don't know. I think they kind of just record for no reason. Is that right?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily for no reason, but they do generally want to see which publicly available sites follow what rules, and if there are anyone that they feel is breaking the legal rights of the site. Though a lot of times they maybe have certain misunderstandings about when something is and isn't private property.
Okay.
However, if that's not what you're here to do, then it's not really a concern of mine.
Yeah, no, we were here to do records requests, but while doing our business, we are documenting for our own safety. In case something happens, and sure enough, one of your security guards has really tried to create something out of this that just isn't. He's called us in for, I don't even know what, trying to say that we were going into secured areas that we weren't, and so.
Do you have a point of contact with CYFD that you're going with, or are you just coming in to do this as a walk-in?
Just doing an open records request, that's all. Yeah.
I can pass along your concerns to Mr. Monsiváis, and you can speak with his officers when he returns.
Okay.
And of course, our records for this incident will be sent to the office.
Okay.
If you want to escalate this higher, you can call the office, because as of right now, I can't give any feedback on what's going on right this second.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I really just wanted to put a complaint on him and just ask that he not try to escalate situations that don't need to be.
If you have any other concerns, go ahead and call.
All right, thank you. Good, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Body cam's on?
My body cam? Yeah, my auto is on.
So we were just here to do some records requests, and I guess they called on us for that.
Okay.
That's all.
Did you guys go upstairs or what?
Didn't go into any restricted areas.
No restricted areas?
No. They've got signs for what's restricted and what's not. You go in. Have you been in this building before?
I have, actually.
You want me to give you a tour of it? Actually,
no.
like I said, there are people in there now that I don't necessarily want to catch on camera.
Yeah. There's a lot of juveniles, and I don't want you guys recording. They have had
it's
traumatic events.
It's legal, but we don't want
I
to
know,
either.
but-
We don't want to
yeah,
either. We're with you.
That's why we're asking you to come.
So there's a security guard in there though that probably needs to be. What was the call that you guys got?
Just people recording.
Okay, so there wasn't any reports of people going into restricted areas?
No, there was. They used to went upstairs, right? But I know this building pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's no locked door and things like that, right? Or I don't know if there's no door where you guys probably walked through if you went upstairs.
We did. And so they've got two signs when you go in there. When you walk into the left hall and the right hall, there's restricted signs.
That's what I was gonna
And the
say.
reason,
I'm not
and to let you know too, the reason we went upstairs is because all it is that one open lobby, and we have to keep our cameras on when we're doing business with the government. But we don't want to record anybody who's coming. It's only the government that we're doing it. So the reason we went upstairs is because it was secluded. There's no customers coming in and out, and it just gave us that tiny little nook at the top of the stairs where we could set our clipboard down, write our request, and not be, because the security guard was trying to be disruptive too, and so we knew we needed to.
They don't know how to
de-escalate
or deal with situations
with humans at all.
Humans or just individuals recording, right? Because some people think it's scary or like, oh, you're recording me, or vice versa. Like I got here, here's a body camera on.
Turn in the requests.
Yeah. So I think we're set. And honestly, I was done about 10 minutes ago, but I talked to Brian and said I don't want to flee the scene of a records request. So I said, he told me state police were coming.
At the same time, you're not doing anything wrong.
I know that.
But
but I didn't want to just like take off and be like, oh, I'm running from the scene of a records request.
Get back here. I got your records.
Right. So I told him, so I've been done for 10 minutes, but I told him I'll just wait then since you got the police coming, so I can let them know that the one security guard is disorderly.
You're more than happy to record out here or anything.
We don't need the security guard arrested today either, but if you could just give him a warning about disorderly conduct.
I'm going to talk to him just to let him know that people recording or not just him, her as well, all of them, because they don't know a lot of the state statutes and with individuals recording. And
the cameraman visits a state office in New Mexico to submit a public records request, a legally protected process meant to uphold government transparency. But instead of simply processing the request, security immediately intervenes, falsely claiming he needs permission to record on state property. And that's when the excuses start piling up. Security guards, clearly unfamiliar with the law, call the police and claim the cameraman is trying to access restricted areas, something that never happened. When law enforcement arrives, they confirm no laws were broken. But instead of de-escalating, one security guard keeps pushing the confrontation. He raises his voice, attempts to intimidate the cameraman, and even tries to turn others against him. This isn't just unprofessional. It's an intentional effort to create conflict and remove someone from a public building for doing something completely legal. And here's the real issue: a deliberate attempt to obstruct access to public records. These requests should be a simple, routine process, yet officials act as if following the law is optional. Public records don't belong to the government, they belong to the people. Transparency isn't a privilege, and public servants don't get to decide who has access based on their personal feelings. In the end, the cameraman stood firm, exercised his rights, and exposed yet another failed attempt at intimidation. But the real question is, when he returns tomorrow, will they have learned anything? Judging by today's performance, we already know the answer.
Yes.
Is there any assistance that we can provide for you?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm good.
Okay, you can't hang out here with us, hon.
Why is
I'm
that?
sorry. It's soliciting and it's state property.
Okay, I'm not soliciting.
So, are you asking for donations or
I am not.
money or
No.
help or?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so what's the purpose?
I'm just saying God bless homeless veterans, that's all.
Okay. Because it's state property, we can't do anything political, religious.
Okay, I'm going to have to disagree with you with that.
Anything like
I'm
that.
just going to hang out here for about an hour or two and just do God bless the homeless.
I can't let you, I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you with...
I'm the manager here.
Are you like with the state of Georgia?
The Georgia Department of Economic Development.
What's your name?
And my name is Kathy.
Kathy, okay, my name's Jeff. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree.
And I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
I do, because we need a lot more God and blessings in
Yes.
this world. But we just...
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Policy.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you, and I'm just going to hang out for about an hour.
Okay. I'll have to call the sheriff's department.
Do what you got to do.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
There you go. Oh, I'm not soliciting. I'm just saying God bless homeless veterans while I stretch my legs.
Offering?
No, I'm not soliciting.
What are you doing?
Well, I stretch my legs. I'm out driving. Sometimes I stop at rest areas. I like to stretch my legs. I just like to say God bless the homeless veterans while I'm trying to wake up.
Are you okay? You have food and stuff?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not homeless at all. I just like to spread the good word and compassion to the homeless vets.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Deputy Welch?
Yes, sir.
How are you? My name's Jeff.
Jeff?
Oh, I'm not soliciting. I'm just saying God bless the homeless veterans while I stretch my legs. No, I'm not soliciting. Thank you. While I stretch my legs, I'm out driving. Sometimes I stop at rest areas. I like to stretch my legs. I just like to say God bless the homeless veterans while I'm trying to wake up. That's all.
Okay, you have food?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not homeless at all. I just like to spread the good word and compassion to the homeless vets. Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Deputy Welch?
Yes, sir.
How are you? My name is Jeff.
Jeff?
God bless you, sir.
Hey, the people here, they don't want you out here with the sign.
Okay, can I ask what policy have I violated? What law?
It would be criminal trespassing because they're in charge of property. They can say who is allowed on the property.
Even if I haven't violated any policy?
If they don't want me on the property, they can tell me to leave.
This is public property.
Well, but it's still owned by. I mean, even though it's property that has access to the public, yes, but it's still owned by the state.
Yeah, it's state property, so it's public. So, are they asking me? Are they trespassing me from the property? They are.
I haven't spoke to them yet. I mean, I can talk to you first.
Because she just came out and said I couldn't have the sign, but she didn't say anything about I couldn't be on the property.
Okay, I'll find out for sure.
Okay, but just so you know, I'm not soliciting. I'm engaged in freedom of speech, freedom of religion on public property.
Okay.
So think about that before you trespass me. Okay, take that in consideration.
Hey, it's their property. They can do what they want.
Sergeant White?
Yes.
Can I talk to you?
Yes.
All right. Hey, I think there's been a misunderstanding. She's assuming that I'm soliciting. I've informed her that I'm not. I'm parked right over there in my car. I get out and stretch my legs in rest areas, and when I do so, I use the restroom and stretch my legs. I just like to say, God bless the homeless veterans. This is freedom of speech, freedom of religion on public property, and I'm not in violation of any policy or law. So,
well, you understand that even though it is public property, okay, it is owned and it is ran by the state of Georgia, which technically means it falls under private property, because the management, who they placed in charge here, they have the choice to decide who can and cannot be.
just arbitrarily, even if there's no policy broken, no law broken, they can just say, I don't want that dude here.
Absolutely. Prime example, Walmart is a public place. It's open to everyone, right? So it's private property.
But Walmart is privately owned. It's not owned by the state. This is a state facility.
But it's private.
Like I told the Deputy Welch, is it Deputy?
Yes.
Okay. I'll leave if they're trespassing me under criminal trespass, but I'll do so under protest and under duress. But I'll leave. I don't want to go to jail. Okay? So am I trespass?
They don't want to trespass, but they don't want you out here holding the sign. They don't want you approaching the visitors.
I don't want me to trespass. Okay, but what if I go ahead and keep holding the sign then? Because that's what if I keep holding the sign?
Then it would be criminal trespassing.
All right. Well,
because they, like I told you earlier, they're the ones in charge of this property, so they can, even though it's owned by the state, it's ran by these manager in here. She is in charge of this property. Therefore, she can give the order that you stop doing what you're doing or you're gone. You understand?
I have to disagree with you on that, but like I said,
Okay.
I don't want to be arrested.
You can go on the side of the road, 8 feet off the side of the road. You are open to do what you want to do. That's you're open to do what you want to do. On state property, you have to go get a permit to be able to do this.
Not to have free speech and freedom of religion.
Actually,
it's freedom of speech and freedom of religion, guys.
It is freedom of speech and it is freedom of religion. Okay, I will agree with you
Public
on that.
property.
However, each property that is state owned, prime example, we'll use a WMA, for example, like we have Grand Bay Wildlife Management area here in Boston. Okay, they have the right, because the DNR manages that, the Department of Natural Resources. So if we have someone out there that they don't want out there, or it's violating one of their rules that they have for the property, they have called us several times in the past, hey, we want them escorted off the property. Do you want a criminal trespass warrant against this person? Yes, we do. Because they are management, they are in charge of the property.
All right, I'll leave under one condition. If you criminally trespass me, I have a chance to leave, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll leave if I'm criminally trespassed. Other than that, I believe I have a right to stay here, and I'd like to stay here and express my freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
Okay. And I understand that.
Okay.
I do.
Right.
But you're looking at it the wrong way, because if you criminal trespass, it means you're free to leave. If you stay, you don't have the freedom.
I haven't been trespassed yet.
But they don't want you on the property doing this. If you continue doing this,
then you trespass
it becomes
me.
a criminal trespass,
And
you're going to be arrested.
I have a chance to leave.
Then you won't have a chance to leave. We're telling you right here, right now, stop doing what you're doing, or else you would be arrested for criminal trespassing.
I'm leaving. Have a good day, John.
All the cameraman did was peacefully stand on state property, holding a simple sign that read, God bless the homeless veterans. No political agenda, no soliciting, just a message of compassion. But apparently, that was too much for those in charge. First, security falsely claimed that religious or political speech wasn't allowed on state property, a blatant First Amendment violation. When that didn't work, they called in law enforcement, hoping to escalate the situation. And here's where it got even worse. Instead of defending constitutional rights, deputies sided with the officials, treating public property as if it were private. They claimed that simply standing with a sign could be grounds for trespassing, even though no law was broken, no disruption was caused, and no policies were violated. But the cameraman wasn't intimidated. He calmly stood his ground, respectfully challenging their flawed logic. He knew his rights and made it clear, I believe I have a right to stay here, and I'd like to stay here. Ultimately, the officers issued a thinly veiled threat, leave or be arrested. And while the cameraman made the smart choice to walk away under protest, the fact remains, his rights were violated. Massive respect to honor your oath civil rights investigations for staying cool, holding his ground, and standing up for free speech, religious expression, and the rights of every American, especially those who have served this country.
Just got called about your
suspicious activity you got out here.
Suspicious?
Yeah.
Really?
Good, man.
So what's suspicious about standing out here?
Recording people. It's a little out of the ordinary, right? From a reasonable person's standpoint?
Not this day and age, right?
Did they ask you to leave?
No.
Okay, so if I call them and they say they didn't, is that the case?
Yeah, they never
actually stated that they asked you to leave and that
leave what?
Leave their property.
Where's their property at?
You're on it right now.
No, we're not.
This is their driveway.
No, it don't matter. But you know better than that. You know better than that.
When you're sitting over here.
There's an easement, man. You know all that, dude. They got to be somewhere to walk.
I mean, I
right? You trying to bullshit a bullshit? You're not happening today, Chief.
I understand who you are.
It don't matter who I am. I can be saying. I can say it right here.
When I pulled up,
that is the easement too.
You're sitting on the grass, which is taken care of by them, which is on their property.
It don't, Bo. Just because they take care of the grass don't mean it's theirs.
So, I
suggest you look at the GIS survey.
You got nothing else better to do than to
that's beside the point. This is what I do. Don't be a jackass now. Don't be a jackass.
You got to call names now.
Don't be. I said don't be one. I didn't call you one, did I?
I'm trying to be polite.
What's your name anyway?
My name's Officer Strong.
Strong?
Spelled like Strachan. Strong.
I got you, man.
What's your name?
Puddentane. Puddentane, yeah. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same. You heard of it, right?
No.
Well, now you have.
Okay. What does it mean?
So take that bullshit somewhere else. You know we can stand right here all f***ing day long, cuz.
No, you can't.
Watch me.
Okay. Well, let me go talk to them, and if they said, yeah, we came out here and asked you to leave,
it don't matter if they told me 100 times to leave. I'm not on their property, Chief.
If you're on the sidewalk.
I suggest get a supervisor out here.
If you're on the sidewalk.
I'm asking for a supervisor.
Okay, call them. Call this.
No, you call them. I asked for one. I asked for a supervisor.
Okay.
You're not gonna get me a supervisor.
No, I'm not gonna get you a supervisor.
Okay.
There's no sense in me getting you a supervisor.
Okay, you need to get one so you don't do something stupid.
You obviously understand the law, I guess.
Evidently better than you do about the easement, dude.
Why you gotta swear, man?
Because that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm a grown man. I can swear all day. I'm gonna tell us this is their property, and you don't even know if it is or not. You hadn't even looked, had you?
Want to know how it works with the driveway? Well, the line goes right straight across like that, and if they pave this, they just donated the money to the state. It's still state property all the way across. And if
like I said, we can stay out here all day.
Okay.
And that power thing's on the property line. That belongs to the power company.
On the property line, which means
I mean,
you were
the
on
property
the property.
line's on that side over there. I got the maps.
They're not going to put that box on their property.
Why do you guys do this? I don't understand.
Because we can.
Because there's nothing else to do?
Oh, we got plenty to do.
So then why aren't you doing it?
Why you a cop?
Because I actually paid bills with it.
Yeah, well that's what I do.
Deal with people like you all the time.
People like what? People like me what?
I want to try to set people up.
People try to violate my rights. You're not doing it today, Chief.
There you go. So you want to set me up?
I'm not you. You're the one setting yourself up. If you already know what we're doing, then why even come out here?
Because I'm trying to have a conversation with an adult.
No, you're trying to tell me something you don't even know.
You look like an adult.
You're trying to tell me something you don't even know. You have no idea what's going on.
Once you stop,
I suggest you learn. You're going to learn today.
Once you stop that,
you're going to learn today. I guarantee you'll learn today. You're going to learn all today. You're going to get an education today. Just like you talking over me.
Right.
That's right. So I can do it to you then, right? Makes it all fair. Yeah? Go check the property line before you give somebody orders.
The stuff that we have to deal with.
Go check the property line before you give somebody unlawful orders. Chief? Sure.
I'm not being disrespectful to you. You don't have to be disrespectful to me.
Listen, first of all, you don't know who the f I am. Calling me. All right? So you think you know who I am.
So here's...
Take that right there, off, and go do something else today. How about that? How about that right there? You see that? You see that right there? That's right. Do that. There you go. Say hey to mom.
See the orange line?
He already knows. He already knows. He's just trying to be a bully, trying to bully somebody.
As long as you know.
Yeah, you're trying to bully somebody. We already knew before we come out here. Don't you think we looked that up? Don't you think we looked that up? You keep calling my name out like you know who I am.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got you identified.
It don't matter. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. I really don't.
All I'm trying to do is
I don't care. I really don't care what you got to do. I don't care what you think. I have no. It don't matter no difference to me.
I know.
It don't.
I know.
So, like I said, take that with you and go do something productive today. We don't pay you for nothing. We don't pay you for nothing.
You don't pay me at all.
Go back to work. You don't think I pay taxes?
No.
Absolutely do.
Not where I live anyway.
I guarantee you I do.
Listen.
You think you know what you're talking about? Hey, we don't need to hear that. We already know. We already know what we're doing. So you're not telling nobody nothing. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't kick your dog. Don't beat your wife.
Street, so don't block it.
Yes. I'll sit out here and dance the jig all day, baby. So kiss it. Kiss it. Piece of shit.
This cop knew exactly who NC Tire Hunter was by name, so he knows that he's a constitutional activist, but in the cop's little brain, he thinks he's being baited to violate Tire Hunter's rights. Well, if that was the case, the cop just bit down on the hook like an 8-pound bass. This cop's actions reflect a misunderstanding or misinterpretation of the law and undermines the Constitution of the United States. Obviously, filming in a public space falls under the First Amendment with the freedom of press. Accusing individuals of baiting them when simply just exercising their rights can further erode public trust in law enforcement officers. Cops are expected to uphold the Constitution, so respecting citizens' rights and freedoms are a must. Treating citizens who are filming with suspicion can damage the reputation of the department and lead to a breakdown in community relations. And that's why NC Tire Hunter reeled them in, cleaned them, and ate them for dinner.
But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to these awesome creators. Again, make sure you use the links in the description to go check out their channels and show them some love. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next episode.